I finished up this passenger door. I put a patch in right here. Got this welded and got this corner up in here pretty much all welded up. So that does it for this side. The door jam's lining up good. And I decided I'd go try to do this one over here. Yeah, I can see this bottom is out too far. But I've got this business going on. I got almost an inch that this has got to go in. And when I push in on it, of course it's raising the top. I've got it clamped down there. So I'm going to have to cut this right in here somewhere. Don't know how far. This bottom part's pretty good. It's not the best, but it has to go in quite a bit. I might be able to slice it up in here somewhere. Up here in the top. So this will go over. Don't know what that'll do to anything. Cutting it here. This will take this in, but it's not going to solve my too far away business. This piece here, I just bent it up because it kept poking me in the face. But the door is closing straight. And here's the part of the problem. Is this B-pillar back here is in 3/8 of an inch. So I need to move the top of this out quite a bit. I don't know why. I must have had it lined up at one point. Maybe some of this work I did here on the frame might have moved it some, but it's not at the edge of the bar. So I got to move this B pillar, and don't look that bad. I welded in a lot of this tin in here. I put a couple tacks here. I got one up here at the top, and I got it welded pretty good up here on this top brace. So I think rather than trying to mess with this, I have to make a whole new patch for this piece here. I think I can just cut this above the welds. I don't have any in here, and I've got one here at the top, so I think I can cut these, just cut this plate right here around my welds. Probably slice it right here. Oh, that's not even welded in. And leave this bottom alone. Might cut part of it where it's in this angle here. And I can pull this out 3/8 of an inch. That'll help some. But I can tell that the roof is really way too far out. I got an inch here, and anything I do pressing on it wants to raise the roof. So, hey buddy, dog says hi. Oh, yes, you're a good dog. You're a good dog. Get on, I don't want to play. Anyway, I'll cut some of this out of here and see what kind of results I have. Well, the skin come out okay, and it goes right up against the door, which is fine. Can't move any further than that if it hits the door, but I got 1/4 of an inch. The door sticking out past my little drip rail here. I don't have a brace in the back. I've got it welded in pretty good up here in the front. I don't know if you can see it's welded right there. I've got welded here and here. So I think it's too far in anyway. I'm probably ought to knock these bolts out of here. Put some hinge pins in to make sure that this is all going to be straight. And I can I'll work on the door gap on this one this time. It's a little too tight right there at the top. I'll just have to do the best I can on this. So basically I have to cut these 2 braces off, one here and one here. I cut them right against this this frame. That would be no big deal. Move it over. It'd be easy to weld them back in. How much weld I got here? Yeah, 1/2 inch. I think that'll probably give. So that's what I got to do. I got to cut this little brace off of here, move it out, and then weld this in. See, that automatically took me out to 3/8 of an inch. So I'm sure once I cut a slit in here, I'll be able to move this without much trouble. So, another grinding wheel and whack whack. I got this moved out much as I could get it. I've still got a little overhang here, and I was able to clamp this part, but as you can see there, I've still got quite a bit here on top. Part of the problem is they overlap this. This is on the outside. So what I'm going to try to do is just cut back in here 3-4 inches and take another cut down through here. Try to cut that hump out of there and see what that'll do for me. That worked out pretty good. I was able to get a pair of grips in there, clamped it to the top, and it sorted it all out. I still got a little bit of hump right here in this top. I may have to relieve that. I put a pretty bad kink in it up here, bending it out of the way because it was going down so far I couldn't close the door. I'm going to get a piece of pipe and put it in there and see if I can't bend this around straight. I'm right at the edge of this little square tube. What I did on the other one, I just slid it and crunched it down a little bit. And that's probably what I'll do on this one. I don't know, I gotta get this curve out of this piece. And looks like I can make a little straighter cut right here. But it looks like it's gonna be all right. I'll have to put something in there to get this top a little straighter. Just a flat piece of tubing and clamp it. I'll do that before I do all my cutting here. I'd like to get that kind of straight. You can see that my little curved brace back in there is not really a curved brace. I'll have to slot it and beat it down some. But anyway, this worked. Now I just have to do a little massaging and start welding. Well, that's welded. I was able to cut that off, get it on a pretty flat piece. I'll have to play with this right here. Make me a patch for that hole, weld that up. Got to make a patch there for my relief cut. Looks pretty good here on top. I'll have to put me a plate or something back in this hole here and fix that. But basically I've got it on and solid. There's no oil cannon or anything in it. So another step. I'll make these two patches, and I'll probably try to get this two top pieces here on the corners, get them in. Press on. Well, this is all done. I got a few pinholes left in it, but I put a patch in here. I got this kind of splattered together. Got this welded good in here. I gotta clean that up a little, but it's all on and straight. Roof's good, and I took my body hammer and I beat out most of the dents here. There's a little bit left, but it basically looks good. I went in here to my dash and I welded a angle iron and I cut slots in it for the bolts. So now my dash is in super solid. I think it's solid enough to hook a steering wheel. And I got a steering wheel now. My buddy gave me a Fiero steering wheel. It's 3/4 double D, pretty standard. It's missing the high-low beam, the ignition switch there, but it's got the key, and the key works. So I ordered a switch for it. And this old steering wheel here, I don't know what it is, says Grant. What I had with it didn't really work on the Fiero. I think it was a Ford adapter, but I had a Chevy one there. I put it on, and I got a pretty nice little compact steering column now, and it's a tilt wheel, so that makes it nice. I think this lever here is what lets it up and down, and I'm pretty sure this is a turn signal, and I've got all the turn signal wires here. I'll have to figure me out some sort of a connector, but it looks like the arm goes in pretty easily, and I believe it's got a washer on it and some other stuff, speed, cruise control. I don't know what all this stuff is in here. Really, the only thing I care about is that it's going to have a high and low beam, because this is the lever for that. This little lever here, it goes under here and it goes to this switch, and I'm sure that's the high and low. So I ordered one for the switch for the non cruise control thing, so I'll put that in, and I'll probably have to figure out some kind of wires for this. And I didn't have some of the parts inside the wheel for like the horn button and stuff like that, but the thing is, this is a nice little column. It's not big and massive. Like I said, I had another one out of a Chevy, I believe, but it was like 4 feet long, and this one's going to be just right. I'll hang it up in there, and we'll start test fitting it, and I'll make some brackets. Hopefully I'll get this mounted today. It took a little thinking and doing. I've got this old bed frame here, which is like 2 inches by 1 inch, and it's stamped so it's stronger than regular angle iron. And I've got the bottom bracket there, got a piece cut out. Right now I've got another little piece of angle iron clamped to the end of it, and then the orange clamp there is clamping it to the firewall. But I'm gonna cut a 1 inch piece and get it at the right angle and weld it into that cowl brace. Up in here I got the same angle iron, and that's clamped onto the steering column itself. There's a couple slots in there, and I've got just one piece, or the one clamp there on the brackets is on the dash. I'll weld another piece on there so I can get all 3 bolts in it. But it's in pretty straight. Now that takes a 3/4 inch double D, so this is a 1 inch piece of pipe with a 3/4 stuck in it, and just peeled my whole hand off here. I was trying to put this thing in and it slipped and just got me good on that thing there. I cut that off there and get it out of the way. But anyway, I've got room here, and when I mount this, I'll have some adjustment, and I'm only gonna have, I'll probably cut that mess up. I don't know why they did that. Probably because this one universal joint didn't fit the other one. I'll take a look at it. I would like to try to save that. I can cut that old rusty one off. If the other one will fit, put a bolt in it. And so I only have 2 U-joints. I'll put a heim joint in this area right here. You know, that'll hold this in place, and I can weld it to the frame or make a bracket come straight up, weld that to the frame, and I've only got one angle in it there. Well, maybe 2, but if I put a U-joint on each end, one here and one there, that'll take up any flex or play that I might have in here. And I got it clear in my manifold. I hate to have such a big shaft in here, but that's the way it goes. And the steering wheel and stuff wound up pretty good. I got it centered with a hole in the dash right there. It's clamped pretty solid. I've got this hooked up, it's holding it, it's really not. I'm getting too close to it. But now I've got like a 3-inch extension in there from that chrome piece, and it looks like I got 5 or 6 here to the dash. What's limiting me is this collar right here. It's hitting the dash. Of course I could cut a piece of the dash out, move it down some more, but when I put my my little box seat in here, you know, my feet are extended comfortably. I've got let's see if I can zoom this the other. Not really working, but I can see out of it real good. I got a couple inches headroom. My arms are bent naturally. I got plenty of room over here on this side for the turn signal, and I won't be beating my hand on the door. And looks pretty good. It's fairly straight. And I do have the tilt option available still. I can run it up like that. So I think that's a good place for this wheel. It's kind of hard to tell when I don't have any seat, but that's fine, and it looks good. You know, I don't have a lot of wires and brackets and miscellaneous crap sticking out all over the place. It's nice and clean looking. The only thing I'll have is a turn signal stem on it. I think the signal switch that comes with it, I don't know what I'm going to get, but just got a cruise control and a bunch of crap like that on it. But I think it'd be good not just for the turn signals, high and low beam. Maybe I could figure out some way of hooking it up for windshield washers. Anyway, that's the project. I started putting this tin on this door. I have to cut a lot of this off. Get you a view of it over here. But that's not bad at all. And it'll be mounted up real strong here into the dash on top. And that bottom brace down in there is going to be really strong because it's going to be welded into that cowl down there. And that's all 3/4 and 1/2 inch square tube, so it'll be super strong. And I may put another little brace over to the side up here on top. But that tin is, you know, it's bolted into that 1 inch door jamb. So I think it's going to be plenty strong. So that's it on the steering. Actually look pretty decent. Clean looking. I don't know, I like the white wheel for some reason. But it's in good shape. Horn button works. I have to get some, you know, a little ring and a spring contact to get the horn to work. And you know, it's just a simple 3/4 inch hole here. I'm not going to have to make anything big in the firewall. You know, I'm not like trying to put a 4-inch, 3 or 4 inch pipe through there. And 3/4 inch is, like I say, it's pretty big. I'd rather have like 5/8, but I can readily get these spline to double D 3/4 U-joints, and Heim joints, pretty easy to get. Only have to, you can buy one of them. They're kind of pricey. I don't know what's gonna happen here with the motor, but I still can move that steering wheel around a little. It's just clamped in. I think I'll be good though. Yeah, wish I had more clamps. I say it took me all day to cut out a few brackets and rough guess and try to do stuff and you clamp them up. What I'll do now is I'll start tacking some of this stuff together. First I'll take it all out. I'll mark it for the holes. Take it all out, bore my holes, bolt it in, and then tack all the welds that I'm going to need, and then take it out, weld it up real good, and then bolt it back in. And of course that last time I'll probably paint it black or something. I got a bunch of Rust-Oleum rust preventive paint. I've pretty much rust converted this. I still got to do the inside of the frame and quite a bit of this stuff in here. I think I'm just going to mix it up in a spray gun and just spray everything. It takes forever trying to do it with a little brush. And once that's done, I'll let it dry. And I'll paint this, everything I got in here with this semi-gloss black. It's oil based. It'll take a few days to dry, but it's really tough. And it'll make it look good. So anyway, and this is going to work out all right, I think. This tin up here. I'm going to try to save that curve a little bit. Maybe. Looked pretty good pulled down there. We'll see. But that'll be my next thing, is decide where to put this and get it all put on.